Today we are going to be talking about NoveList, which is a subscriber database and a great resource for information about books and authors and can be used as an effective reader's advisory tool. We'll be exploring the ways you can use NoveList to find books and information about books, use browsing features, and take advantage of other reader's advisory tools. As I said previously, NoveList is a subscriber database. It is provided to all Wisconsin residents through BadgerLink. BadgerLink is an online resource provided by the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction and gives residents access to a number of databases and educational materials. NoveList includes fiction works for audiences ranging from babies and children to adults. NoveList K-8, also provided through BadgerLink, focuses specifically on fiction works for children and young adults. NoveList Plus includes works of fiction and nonfiction, although access to this version is not available through BadgerLink. We are going to start out by accessing NoveList through BadgerLink. Notice that NoveList K-8 can also be accessed here, just below the link for NoveList. Click on NoveList. The NoveList homepage has a lot of information and links to help you find what you are looking for. You can see the search bar towards the top, which allows you to search for a specific book, author, series, or subject. There is also an advanced search function that allows you to use some more specific limiters to narrow a search. Since NoveList is an EBSCO database, the advanced search screen will look very similar to those of other EBSCO databases. In the center of the main page, you'll see a display of currently popular books and some read-alike recommendations. On the left-hand side, you can browse recommended reads lists for book recommendations based on genre and then by subgenre. Notice that you can also limit this browse to certain reading levels. On the right-hand side, there are a number of useful links. First, notice the purple How to Use NoveList button. That links to helpful tutorials about using NoveList, so if you get stuck, go there. Below, the NoveList Resources box has a number of useful resources. We'll start at the top and work down. First, click on Author Read-alikes. Author Read-alikes takes well-known authors and provides narrative-style information about their writing, books, and the typical genres they work in. There are then a number of similar authors and books recommended below. We'll look at Agatha Christie as an example. As you can see, if you scroll down, there's information about Agatha Christie and her books, and as you scroll down further, there are a number of recommended read-alikes. Next, we'll click on Book Discussion Guides right below Author Read-alikes. Book discussion guides are exactly what they sound like. They contain book information, discussion questions, summaries, etc., and are contributed by authors, librarians, and teachers. These guides are not completely comprehensive to all books in NoveList, but you can see at this point there are a little over 800, and new ones are being added all the time. We'll click on Frankenstein as an example. So scrolling briefly down, you can see there's information about the author, there's a summary, further down there are discussion questions, etc. Next, right below Book Discussion Guides, we'll click on Feature Articles. Feature Articles offers a variety of topics and usually involve book recommendations based on genres or popular topics. So for example, we'll click on Books for Gay and Lesbian Teens. And you can see that there are a number of book recommendations offered based on this topic. Below Feature Articles, under Professional Resources, we'll click on Award Winners next. Award Winners allows you to find different award-winning books. In the middle there are short lists of popular awards for adults, teens, and children, and on the right, you can also search for awards by genre. At the bottom of the page, you'll also see a link that says Browse All Award Winners and Notable Books. And that will take you to a list of all the awards NoveList covers. I don't honestly know if this list is completely comprehensive for all of the awards out there, but it is very extensive. Next, we'll click on Reader's Advisory Toolbox under Award Winners. So the Reader's Advisory Toolbox offers a lot of different tools and resources that can help you with improving your own Reader's Advisory skills. There are also a lot of good resources with Reader's Advisory materials and displays. I won't go into much detail about all the information here because there is so much, but this would be a good area to come back to and explore. I will mention that the Reader's Advisory training link on the right under NoveList Resources consists of a number of articles all about Reader's Advisory and could be a good tool if you are interested in improving your own Reader's Advisory skills. Finally, the last link under Professional Resources, Teaching with Books, is something I'm actually not going to go over today because it pertains to children and teens, but if that's an interest area of yours, I would recommend checking that out on your own. Now, along the top left of the home page, there are even more menu items to take a look at. We'll start with Authors. So clicking the Authors tab will allow you to search or browse within all of the authors listed in NoveList, and you can see that you are able to select which authors based on reading level. So if you'd like to narrow your search to find someone that just writes for a specific audience, that's an option. Next, we'll click on the Series tab next to Authors. The Series tab lets you search or browse for series books. Note that you again have the ability to narrow based on reading level, and you can also see your results based on the book's title or based on genre groupings. Next, we'll click on Subjects. In this Subjects tab, you can search or browse for NoveList subject headings. So, for example, if a patron has a book he or she likes and wants something similar, you could look up that book to see its subjects and then use this tab to find other books that have the same subjects. Or you could also just do a subject browse and see what you come up with. Notice that you are able to select the type of subject so you can narrow it depending on what you're looking for. Finally, there is the More tab. That includes a drop-down box that acts as a sort of quick links for finding a lot of information that we've already seen, such as author read-alikes, awards, etc. However, I am going to click on the Book Talks link, and that will bring us to a list of book talks submitted by different librarians. In case you're unfamiliar, a book talk is a quick, usually 30 seconds to a minute, an engaging blurb meant to give someone an idea of what a book is about and hopefully draw them into the story. The list of book talks here isn't comprehensive to all books in NoveList, but there are still quite a few, so it would be worth checking to see if a book you're looking for is listed here. Next, we'll look at Dewey Numbers. Dewey Numbers is a quick reference to subjects and their Dewey numbers. Note that when you use the browse box, the numeric radio box is for searching Dewey numbers, and the relevancy ranked radio box is for searching subjects to find their corresponding number. Now we'll go back to the home page and we'll actually do some sample searching. There are a couple different ways to find what you're looking for, and the information that you have to start with will probably help dictate how you want to search. So if you have a specific title and you're looking for read-alikes, it might be easiest to use the search bar. If you want to browse by genre, you might want to use the recommended reads lists on the left. However, ultimately search strategies are really up to you and your preferences. So I'm going to use the search bar and start with a specific title, The Yellow Birds. I'm going to type that into the search box, hit the title radio button, and then hit search. The book page comes up and gives a lot of useful information. You can immediately get some basic information about the book, like the author, a quick summary, tone, etc. If the book happens to be part of a series, that information will be there. If it's an award winner, as this one is, you can see that there's that little blue ribbon that indicates that it is an award winner. If you scroll down, you can see that there is a list of reviews from professional sources. Remember that NoveList doesn't have every book review for every book, so don't assume that if you can't find a book review in NoveList that it doesn't exist. Next to reviews, there is a More About This Book tab, and that gives you some detailed bibliographic information about the book. Next to that, there's the Lists and Articles tab, and that will tell you where else in NoveList you can find the book. So for example, The Yellow Birds is a New York Times notable book for fiction and poetry in 2012, and so it will be listed with that award in NoveList. Scrolling back up, notice on the right hand side there are these read-alikes from NoveList. As you can probably guess, these are recommended read-alikes for the title you're currently looking at. There doesn't seem to be a magic formula that NoveList uses for coming up with read-alikes, but they do seem to be based on similarities in things like storyline, tone, writing style, and subjects. Ultimately, I would recommend reading the summary and determining whether you think that read-alike recommendation would actually be a good one depending on what your patron is looking for. Scrolling down below the read-alikes, you can see that there are more opportunities to narrow your search based on different elements of the book that you've looked up. So if you wanted more books with subjects about war and combat, you could click those limiters to refine your search further. So you see there's then a list of books that comes up that involves those different search terms. Also notice that on the right hand side, as pretty much wherever you go in NoveList, you can always limit your results based on the audience level or other criteria like an award winner or publication date. Finally, we are going to do a quick recommended reads browse. Say you're looking for a historical fiction book. Click Historical Fiction under the Recommended Reads list on the left-hand side, and a subgenre box pops up. Choose whatever best matches what you're looking for. In this case, let's pretend you want to find books about women, so you would choose Historical Women. A list of books fitting that genre will come up, as will a very short description of the genre. From there, you can choose a book or pick something different by using the additional lists on the right-hand side to select a different subgenre from within the historical fiction recommended reading list. Now that we've explored what NoveList has to offer, the next slide will have some practice exercises to give you a chance to test it out. These exercises aren't meant to have one right answer, just to allow you to practice using the different ways NoveList can help you find information.